friend of the show and a truly amazing content creator. My name is Bife, actually put together a little bit of lore information for the lore fans out there. You can check him out, look up on YouTube, but my name is Bife. Here's some more info about the lore for all of you guys from him.
Greetings Guardians, my name is Bife here. Thank you very much to the guys on Fireteam chat for letting me share my expertise on these few areas of lore. Normally I would go a little bit longer on these topics, but in this instance we've got a schedule to keep to. So here's all the important lore that you need to know in a condensed form. First off, let's talk about the aggressors, the Cabal. The invading force is a new legion, not one of the ones that we already know of in the Sol system, such as the Sand Eaters or the Blind Legion. This is the Red Legion, a group that we have never seen before. Their elite fighting force includes these melee Red Guard warriors and their specially trained attack hounds. The Red Legion is led by this guy, Gaul. No, not Gary. For Gaul to be the commander of the Red Legion means that he is probably the Primus of the Legion. Cabal leadership structure starts in the lowest rungs with the Brachus of their commanders, then it moves up to Val, then Valus, then at the very top a single Primus for each legion. Everyone down to the lowest legionary will have their lives determined by what the Primus decides. However, I don't want to immediately say that it's the case that Gaul is a Primus, given that this legion may have got instructions very specifically from the Cabal Emperor himself to invade. This is actually another important question. Why did the Cabal invade in the first place? And the simple answer to that is because we whooped their ass harder than Lord Shaxx 1v1ing a Kinderguardian. When we killed all of their commanding officers back in the Taken King, they sent a distress signal all the way back to the Empire, to the head of the Cabal Empire in fact. Within that signal were probably details about the threat that we posed as paracausal forces within the universe, the location of the last safe city on Earth, and maybe details of its defenses. They prepared for this, and they definitely have us beat at the start of the game. Now that you guys know a little bit more about the Cabal hierarchy, let's talk about those upcoming DLCs. Firstly, the Osiris DLC, aka Expansion 1. Osiris is a warlock of legendary proportions in the lore. He was at one point the Warlock Vanguard, and before this, helped to defend the city at the Battle of the Six Fronts. However, he was a controversial figure and started delving into forbidden knowledge about the darkness. He believed that to defeat your enemy, you must know them. Despite being the apprentice to the speaker, he would eventually argue with him to the point that he left the tower and chose the path of exile, taking many of his followers with him. Rumor has it that Osiris went to try and discover the epicenter of the Hive throne worlds, but in the process was lost in the Vex Gate system, which is somehow linked. Supposedly, this is the purpose of the Trials of Osiris, to find a fireteam skilled enough to rescue him from the Ascendant Planes. Next we have the Warmind Rasputin DLC, aka Expansion 2. A popular theory in the lore suggests that Rasputin is responsible for attacking the Traveler to prevent it from leaving the Sol system during the collapse. This then forced it to fight the darkness, die, create the ghosts, and as a result, the Guardians exist. But how did Rasputin do this in the first place? Well, Rasputin is a Warmind, a super intelligence built with the purpose of defending humanity in the Golden Age. Rasputin has a vast array of doomsday weapons at his disposal, and now controls all of the weapons from many of the other Warminds that were positioned throughout the Sol system. Originally, he was made to defend only Earth, but now has access and control of the systems on Mars, Venus, and the Moon as well. He's not particularly fond of Guardians, although he does occasionally let them help if it suits his needs. An example of this is when his bunker was being invaded by the Hive in the dark below. He granted us access to it so that we could purge Omnigul and save his bacon, or bites, or whatever it is Rasputin has. Finally, I wanted to talk about the thing that lore-wise excites me the most about Destiny 2. The description holds the tagline of needing to reunite humanity's scattered heroes. That's an amazing opportunity for so many reasons. Almost everyone who's read the Grimoire agrees that the best characters and the best stories in Destiny are found within the backstory and the lore, not the main game. If we have a chance to meet some of those old heroes from the backstory, we'd have a chance to meet some amazing characters. Saint 14, Shin Malfur, whatever remains of Toland the Shattered, Jaggy of the Firebreak Legions, Lady Ephrodite, and of course, Osiris. Their stories are some of the best in the universe of Destiny. Meeting even one of them would be a great chance for telling a story that really could be a defining epic for Destiny. But uniting them all, now that would be something to get excited about. Thanks again to the guys on Fireteam Chat for letting me add my thoughts here, but in the meantime, my name is Bife. Perudacia ad Astra. I'll see you, Starside.
Thank you so much, Bife. You know, his content is honestly the place I go when I want to know more about the lore of Destiny. Check out all his work over on YouTube. Just do a simple search for My Name is Bife and you'll find him.